still be effective. The Pacers, looking back at them, first team since Miami back in 2013, a year we do not discuss on this show. It's the first time we haven't had a 20-point scorer in the first 2 games. Now, we know that Pascal Siakam has it in him because he had 3 30-pointers in the Eastern Conference Finals. Does he need to be the 20-point man on this one?
He does. Again, we talked about... Look at my sleeve.
What is happening to you right now? Are you having a fashion?
He's got to be great. And again, he was so good in the Eastern Conference Finals. And that's what he does. He takes advantage of mismatches. And the problem is with OKC's defense, yeah, he might give up a little size there, but he can just shoot over you. He can get to that block. He can kind of face you up. He can knock down the 3. He can get to the basket. So he can do everything. And when the game slows down for Indiana, that's where they kind of get a little stagnant. He is the guy. As good as Halliburton is in transition, setting up everybody, getting them open looks, when it slows down, when you get that mismatch, when you get someone smaller on you, that's when Siakam's got to attack. That's when he's got to get to the free throw line, shoot over you, kind of size you up. And that's what he's done all season long. Turner's got to be great. He's got to pick and pop, make shots. He's got to stretch the floor, get Chet, get Hartenstein out of the paint, because that even allows Halliburton more driving lanes, Nembhard to get in the paint, and that opens up everything for their offense. Then you see Toppin getting wide open threes. Then you see Mathurin kind of getting the bucket. But it all starts with Halliburton and Siakam, and that 2-man game has got to be elite.
Siakam thing, it's a very interesting one to keep your eye on. But you just said there were no mismatches, and I only say that because I'm about to bring up Alex Caruso, and he's smaller and does not seem to matter at all.
He's the reason why there's no mismatches.
He's a crazy man out there. He had 20 points in Game 2, and after this one, Draymond Green said that he is the 3rd most important player on the Thunder. Okay, process, go.
I'm agreeing.
Okay.
I'm agreeing because, again, this team is so deep, and they're such a good basketball team. It can be a different guy that can be the most important for you series after series. This is a guy that's been averaging 9 points a game in the playoffs, 16 in the finals, right? Like, completely different. And this is the stage that you want that to be on. You see it right here. When he comes off the bench, he's going to make open shots. He's going to be a threat. We already talked about what he can do on the defensive end, but look at these offense. If they feel like they're going to make somebody else beat us, Alex Caruso is that guy. He's shooting horse shots out there. Like these, it's nobody 5 to 10 feet from him. They're saying we're going to allow you the opportunity to get these open shots. If you beat us, you beat us. He's made them pay every single time. And on the defensive end, we knows what he brings to the table. He can guard guys 1 through 5. Anybody, from your smallest guy to your tallest guy to your best player. Alex Caruso can guard any of them. So he's bringing energy. He's giving you extra possessions. He's knocking down open shots. He's being efficient. So, again, we made our beds with Jalen Williams. We made our beds with Chet Holmgren. But look what Alex Caruso has been able to do. He's been the one consistent thing that you can rely on in OKC throughout 2 games already. So he has to be one of those guys. He has to be an important piece with the way that he's playing right now.
He's a pest.
He's such a stud. And you know what he is? He's just a coach's dream, right? You can trust him. You can put him in any action, offensively, defensively. Lou just talked on it. His versatility this posting, I think, has really kind of put them over the edge. You see him guard Jokic. You see him guard point guards. You see him. There's no one on the court he can't guard. So I think that's obviously his value. And now all of a sudden he's making shots and he's getting wide open looks because of their offense is so good, because of the attention that SGA creates. But it's hard for me to say he's the 3rd most important player when they have this monster growing big 3. And then they got guys like Hartenstein, who is that legit 5-man who frees up Chet. And you got a guy like Cason Wallace, who's starting in the NBA playoffs, who's so valuable. But he is one of those guys. He is a huge piece. Whether he starts, whether he's off the bench, whether he's in at the end of the game, he's a guy you can trust and rely on that rarely makes mistakes and just defends his butt off.
You know what, fun fact about Hartenstein, because you know how all year long everybody's been like Hartenstein? They've been overemphasizing the shta.
Yeah.
I'm listening to the Oklahoma City broadcast, and they just simply say Hartenstein.
Yeah.
So I think we should stop now. That's just something I noticed, and I wanted to throw that out there.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's driving me mad. There's a bunch of those going around right now, and it's
way to get
weird.
that off your chest.
Thank you. It was if not here, where?
Sounded like it was bothering you a little bit.
It was just in me. What? Rick Carlisle. No stranger to sort of having an uphill battle or perhaps being an underdog in a situation like this. We know what he did with the Mavs when they beat Miami back in 2011. So mentally, I don't think you can phase Rick Carlisle. Now, I know these are different teams and different makeups of these teams. What can he adjust?
Well, like you said, he's done it before. Obviously, there's no Dirk Nowitzki on this team, and he's not coming through those doors. But they did have similar other guys in that series that were huge. You remember that series, Jason Terry, J.J. Barea. Those guys were unbelievable. can the Pacers bench be as good as the Oklahoma City Thunder's bench? Can Obi Toppin be great? Can TJ be great? Can Mathurin be great? It's going to be those other guys for the most part, besides that game 2, first 3 quarters of Halliburton. You got to know what you're going to get from these guys. You know how they're going to play offensively. Their bench has been great all postseason. I think the key for me, they have to be better than OKC's bench, and they haven't been. They got Wiggins coming off going nuts. Caruso's been fantastic. OKC's bench is outplaying the Pacers' bench so far.
But can they, personnel-wise, can they actually be better than their bench? Is that a given?
I think they both have really good benches. I think for me, the biggest adjustment that Carlisle is going to have to make is he's going to have to figure out a way to get Tyrese Halliburton involved in this game early and often. I think that's one of the things. Like, instead of drawing up the first play for Siakam or Nembhard, one of those guys, you gotta get him going early. You gotta get Tyrese Holly up maybe on a dribble handoff or Iverson cut, something like that, to get him involved in this game where he can go downhill, he can see the ball go in early. That way, that sets the table for him to be aggressive throughout the game. Like, again, we don't want him to be one of those scorers that doesn't get other guys involved, because his playmaking is what makes them special. But again, if the other team knows that you're just trying to make plays, we're going to guard you in that manner. You got to make a team guard you where they can't help off, where they got to guard you honestly, and everybody keep their matchups. And now you have the lanes to go open when they start helping on you. So I think those are going to be the adjustments that he has to make, and his bench play as well. He's going to have to figure out a way to get the most out of his bench. I think they've done that somewhat, but they got to match fire with fire. If Alex Caruso is going to be one of the most important guys on OKC, you got to find somebody to either match his energy or get him out of the game and neutralize him in some fashion, whether you put him on a scouting report as a guy that you have to guard with the same energy you would guard a Jalen Williams, or you would guard with an SGA. Those are the adjustments that I think he would have to make them successful.
And maybe Carlisle's adjustment is taking Halliburton off the ball a little bit. Have him come off those stagger screens. Have him set the screen with Siakam handling
Play
it.
a little him and McConnell together a little bit.
Exactly. Maybe go 2 guards. Maybe go 3 guards. Go super small. You know, I mean, there's different rotations and tweaks he can make, so it'll be interesting to see what he does, what he thinks will free up Tyrese Halliburton early in this game.
I mean, they've had 2 whole days to come up with all kinds
Too
of
much time in between to
2
not
whole
adjust.
days to figure this whole thing out. I'm wondering, Lou, if you feel like I do. After game 1, it was like, oh my God, we can't count the Pacers out. This is crazy. After game 2, the completely different vibe. It felt like OKC is going to finish this thing in 5 now. It's the getting down big and hoping your luck keeps going. Do you think the Pacers' luck at sort of digging deep holes and getting out, have we run out?
I don't think so. At the end of the day, we can nitpick and we can talk about turnovers, we can talk about rotations and players and yada, yada, yada. This series is 1-1, and the next 2 games are on their home court. That's something you got to consider. So they got just as good as a shot as OKC has in winning this series and taking advantage of the opportunity that they have with the next couple of games on their floor. So have they had some missteps? Have they had some great opportunities? They have. They've missed some. But OKC can say the same thing for themselves. But at the end of the day, when all is said and done, it's 1-1, and the next 2 games are on their floor.
Yeah, if OKC wasn't such a monster, the advantage should be for Indiana. It's 1-1. They already did their job and still went on the road. Now they're going back home with a chance to completely shift this series, the momentum, everything. So I'm never counting this team out. They've proved us over and over again that they are for real. Like I said all the time, they belong here. They deserve to be here. I'm not counting them out till this series is over.
Every game feels different. Every game you're like, oh, you know what? No, maybe it is over. It's just fun.
It'll get good tonight. Tonight is when we'll start seeing
they
what's
could
happening.
really shake it up. Till you win this game, woof, then we got
It's going
action.
7. You've already basically made that a fact. We're going to take a very quick break. On the other side, Jermaine O'Neal joins the
J.O.
We get a vibe for Indy from him.
Run it back, yeah. Run it up, run it back, 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 run it up.